Hey, welcome back. So today we're doing the Three Hills ride, or at least that's what Steve said. There's only 3 hills on this ride, so I think that was a little bit of assurance. Oh, hey, there's Mark. I think that was a little bit of assurance to everybody that today was going to be an okay ride, nothing too tough. Now that just turned out to be more than okay. It turned out to be a great ride. Really nice trail and a lot of fun, and whether it was too tough or not, you'll have to be the judge. Backing me up here at SB Racing, I have a very large and talented pool of editors who edited down parts of this video to make it work so that it wasn't too long. And they saw fit to cut out the double track that got us to the pit.
Fuck, it's getting hot already. Climbing up this hill, fuck, was a stupid idea. Trying to side hill my way up this.
It would have been the 4 Hills ride if everyone had to come up the hill that was to my back in that last little clip. Only a couple of us rode up it, and I went up thinking I was going to capture a video, but I went up and halfway down the other side and then hiked my way up the side hill through the sand to capture that video that never was, and that's why you didn't see it. That's okay though. About to get a little more exciting. To the right of me is an area called Heart Attack Hill, and that whole section is, as of yet, I believe, unconquered for anyone to ride directly to the top. I think a few people have been pulled up to the top, and some have side-hilled their way to the top, but I don't think anyone's made a straight run yet. So that's Heart Attack Hill. This next little spot here is going to be, I don't know, Mini Stroke Hill. I think it's going to be just fine.
Is there only one way up here?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe indeed, because I don't know this trail either. I've never been here. This is all new stuff that Steve's cut out recently.
Trying to figure out where the trail goes.
I've never done this trail before.
No, I haven't seen this part yet.
If I was a little bit smarter, I would have waited a little bit longer to let the hill clear out, but I didn't, and as a consequence, I'm going to have to do some pushing, but not very much. This is going to be a little bit of a theme for the GoPro, and if you watch my right thumb, it's going to be a bit of a theme for the bike, where the two just don't work the way they should. And for the bike, it's the starter. The starter dies, and dies hard the following day on another ride, but no worries, that starter's fixed. For the GoPro, I think it's the battery that's jiggling around, and the camera's just shutting down, so I've got a fix for that too. Steve said this was the 3 Hills ride. Now, I don't know if he's just counting the uphills, or if it's the uphills and downhills, because if it's the latter, then we've gone up a hill, and now this is going to be going down a hill, which would be 2 hills, and I know there's more hills after this. Taking this corner here and heading down a very steep hill while still on the bike would take a bit of commitment, a little bit more than I had for today, so I stepped off the bike. Now Colin, here coming to my right, picked a better line, and you could ride down that line.
I don't know, that was probably the better line.
Let's keep track together. I'm going to call that hill number 2. Like I said, I haven't seen this trail before, haven't been on it, and this is a real nice section. Just doing a little spoke check there, I thought I had something stuck in my wheels. Anyway, this is a real nice section, and I made certain that I captured a nice video of it on the way back. Unfortunately, the GoPro shit the bed and did not capture it, and that's where my annoyance started to really creep up when I got home. But you won't notice any of that thanks to my large, skilled editing team to make it all go away and stitch this video together to be something relatively seamless and tell the story of the day. know what, I'm not going to count that as a hill, nor should you, so I think the count is still at 2. Right in front of me, well, that's Jeremiah, and right in front of him is Cassandra. And they're a great couple, love riding with them. Jeremiah is a fantastic rider. Don't let this little log pop here that went slightly off fool you. And Cassandra's also a really good rider, and will send it over just about anything, and tends to joke and laugh quite a bit, which is a lot of fun on the rides. So I don't know about you, but this looks like a hill, and I got caught on a bit of a route there, but no matter. I'm going to get going here again in a second. Unfortunately for Dan, who's coming up the hill with a good head of steam, I'm blocking the trail. But that's how it goes sometimes. Dan will figure it out.
Yep.
So if you're keeping count, I would say that's 3 hills so far, and that's the ride. It's over. It's all done. No, that's not true. We are actually going to ride out and come back on the same trail, but later in the day, Steve and I think Nick and a couple other guys go back out and cut part of the end of the trail over to another section to connect it and make it a nice loop. Also, did you catch it? The right thumb poking the button and nothing happening. But fortunately for me, my bike's a 2019, and at that time, it still came with a Kickstarter that works just fine. What doesn't work so fine is me learning how to kickstart a bike, and you can snicker and laugh if you like, you can make a comment about it, but I've never really owned a bike that required a Kickstarter. I kind of came into this a bit late, didn't grow up on motocross, and if I was riding a bike when I was younger, it was a pedal bike. Ooh, that felt kind of good actually, a little bit of a confessional, so I might as well keep going. You know what I've never owned before this bike? A 2-stroke that required me to mix fuel, unless it was a chainsaw. You guys still keeping count of the hills? Because this looks a lot like a hill to me, and that brings us to number 4. It's starting to make a little more sense to me when Chris Graham gets suspicious of Steve when Steve invites him out for an easy day on the trails.
Oh, battery is done.
Yeah, at that point we hadn't tested anything on the bike other than testing the battery, which came back a bit weak. But testing later on in the week would reveal that it's the starter. And unfortunately for me, that wistful thinking, because changing the battery is not a big deal, changing the starter is a bit involved. It's an engine out process.
Oh no.
I'm apologizing there because that ditch was getting a bit dug out, and the boys had thrown some sticks in there to make a bit of a bridge, and I think I just spun them all out.
I think I just ended up digging it out.
Oh, hey Kev. Yeah, my laughter there, that makes my apology seem a little less sincere, but oh well. No, I'm not counting that as a hill. Okay, I might be wrong here, but I have suspicions that things that have inclines of this degree and of this duration tend to count as hills. And that would make this number 5.
I forgot to turn. You have to turn. Hey Dan, it's a soft landing when you fall.
That's the cupcake hill.
The cupcake hill. I opened up the bank a little bit more on the left there because I went straight into it.
Took some material down.
Yeah. Shaved her down a bit.
Oh, buddy, that's the softest I've ever been in my life. Soft hands, eh?
I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot of whining.
What do you think of that, Salamander?
There is, like there is. It's me,
Cassandra, just give it to him.
and I got a new job, like
You should see the calluses on his fingertips from typing though.
Little trailside smack talk, and of course taking the piss out of Colin's always a good time, but he's good for it. He can take it. I go do a little exploring here, almost eat, I was going to say eat shit, but we don't use language like that here on this channel. Right here, just about wipe it, but I'm good. I'm good.
The end of the line?
Huh?
The end of the line?
end of the line, rest up, and then we'll hit it on the way back.
I know.
And that brings us to the end of the trail. Now, the guys came back in the afternoon and cut this trail out a bit more to connect it to some other stuff, so it's now a full loop. But for today, we're going to end up doubling back on this trail. So I'm not going to end the video here. I'm going to play around a little bit on these side hills where there are no trails, and then we're going to work our way back, and what I'll do is cut it down to the fun stuff.
She's gonna be dug out at the top for you.
There we go. Not a bad run, except for hooking my camera on this tree. I'm at the top on the landing of the hill, so I got to get out of the way, which I'm going to do now, and try not to run over Dan.
Lay it down, lay it down.
Oh, fuck the laying her down.
Oh yeah. It's chaos, boys and girls, chaos. Attaboy! Let's go, Tiff!
Got to give it a twist. There we go.
Oh yeah, that sounded right.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.